That day, when evening came, he said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side." Leaving the crowd behind, they took him along just as he was in the boat. There were also other boats with him. A furious squall came up, and the waves broke over the boat so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him."
Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41. I thought there would be no better place than to simulate a storm than in a car wash. So here I am on the Shipley Road in the parish of South Bersted, where I happen to be vicar, in a car wash. You know, Jesus has been talking about the power of his words, and now he's going to show the power of his words. It's not just about words, it's about works and miracles. He's in a boat with his fishermen friends. They're used to being out in bad weather, and now the storm is so bad they are scared for their lives. They say, "Jesus, don't you care if we drown? It's all hands on deck." With just a few words, quiet, be still, the storm goes to a complete mill pond. Jesus has shown he's got authority over sickness, over Satan. He's got authority over sin. And now he's proving that he has authority over nature itself. And then afterwards, the disciples are still frightened. After all, what is the more frightening? Is it to be in the middle of a storm if you are an experienced sailor, or is it to have somebody in the boat with you who can stop the storm? Jesus is showing us his identity. Right from the very first verse of the first chapter, we learnt that Jesus is the Son of God. You know, these storms can come all the time. We've just had a few, haven't we? Is it Bella? We've just had Christoph, which is a bit ironic because Christoph is the German for our Christopher, which is the bringer of Christ. It's ironic, isn't it, that a storm should have been called the bringer of Christ. You may have thought, like I did, that Christoph was spelt with a K. Well, that's if you've been watching Frozen, but of course that's how the Scandinavians spell it. I think the next one is going to be Darcy. I don't know what Jane Austen would make of that. Well, I can't promise you, if you're going through a storm right now, that it can just stop and it won't continue. We don't know what the future holds, but we can know who holds the future. Jesus is in complete control. He can, with a word, stop the effects of this storm. Are you trusting him? Have you worked out yet his identity? Do you know him? Whatever storms of life that we are going through, he can be in the boat with us. And in the new creation in heaven, there will be complete peace and calm. Father, thank you so much that we can trust you, that you know what you are doing in the storms of this life. Thank you that when it comes to this COVID pandemic, you've got this. Help us to trust you, that you do know what you are doing. Thank you that you are in control, that you are all powerful. Thank you that you are God. Amen.